Hey guys, it's Rachel with Pretty in Plants. Thank you so much for coming. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. This is a show about leca, and the reason I got into leca is I have 5 children, 3 animals, and a very hungry husband. And I love plants, but I don't want to maintain my plants. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. And I'll put it up on the screen, but first of all, I only use one nutrient. It's Foliage Pro plant food. Squirt, squirt. 1 squirt is for half a gallon of water. I found this little bottle and measured how much this dispenses. Makes my life super simple. I use either RO water, or which I have at the tap, or my tap water is like spring water. It's nice and clean. And if I didn't have that, I would probably use a Brita. Another thing, I never flush my plants unless if the plant has some white like film on the top of the leca, that means it has gotten too many nutrients down and they're probably crusty on the roots. So I will fill the plant pot up for an hour in RO or distilled water, and that will leach all of those minerals off of the leca and it'll be just like new. I love plants. I have over 100 plants in leca. I don't feel burdened by them. I don't feel like I have very many pests at all. It's not right to say you will never have pests in leca. However, you will have 95% less plant pests than you had in dirt. Get to it. We're gonna do a kill list today. I'm going to share all of the plants that I have killed in leca and really hesitate to find and experiment with again. So I've been doing this for about 1.5 years and have tried to test every plant in leca and figure out which ones did really well and then which ones I decided would go on the kill list. Probably have forgotten some. But the other thing I wanted to say really quickly about the kill list, there are people all over the world who have all of these plants in leca and they do very, very well. Number 2, I want to say, and I know this, I did the pothos video and people were like, I have pothos in leca and they're doing great. I know they do great in leca. However, if you put them in water and let them develop, kind of grow roots in water and then put them in leca, all of these plants are gonna do great in leca. These are plants that I, for the most part, just took out of dirt, put into leca, and we had some issues. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Boston ferns. Now, to be fair, I actually have never tried to put these in leca. I just think it would be the messiest, most horrible thing to attempt. And they kind of go dormant sometimes in the winter. They shed. They require this incredible amount of humidity. No, 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 I would never put one of those in leca. This one I have killed many, many, many in leca. It is a verified poison center item for me. Monstera adansonii, I'm looking at you. I have struggled and struggled and struggled. And it is the weirdest thing because I see people on Instagram with these giant roots living in water. Just can't do it. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Actually, I am doing it. I lied. I got a little one and I put it in water from the dirt and I'm growing water roots and then I'm gonna put it in leca. However, when I went to the botanical gardens, they have it growing up the wall and then in a very, very humid environment. If the humidity drops by 2%, they all turn yellow. So that made me feel much better because the professional botanical gardens person also struggles with their adansonii. Number 3, this one's funny, the Pelea peperomoides, and I'll put one on the screen. First of all, I think these grow as a weed in our yard. So from the very beginning, I did not think this was much of a collector's plant, even though it was like a really hot plant there for a little bit. Second of all, I feel like long-term, they just don't do well in leca. Now, if you've had one of these that did really well, please comment down below. Mine just kind of bounced up and down. Now, this one and the next one, let me tell you what the next one is. The string of everythings. The string of hearts, the string of turtles, the string of bananas, the string of pearls, the string of peas, the string of poo-poos. All of the strings. No, not for me. And the string of hearts, I love. Oh, I love other people's string of hearts. I just think it's a little messy for me. They grow and grow and grow. That part's kind of fun, but you have to untangle them, or you can just leave them wild. I don't know. I just can't get control of those. But all of the strings. Now, Pelea peperomoides and the string of hearts. At the time that I tried these, and I did all of them unsuccessfully, I did not have lechuza pon. I think I was just using leca at the time. And I feel like the leca, the shape of it is a little bit not the right thing for certain roots. Certain roots just need smaller diameter. And then now I know how to make it more arid. I can know how to put more things in the mix to make it not so damp. What happened with these is that they'd be going okay, and then one overwater, they would just rot immediately. So I feel like if I tried it again, I would be good at it, but I just like, no. Okay, question mark on Calatheas, because a lot of people have Calatheas in successfully in the leca. I have the rattlesnake Calathea, and it does well, but I won't do any humidifiers. And so that's kind of the extent of my Calathea experience, because I will not buy a humidifier. So we have a kind of enough ambient humidity, and then if something needs more humidity, I put it in the bathroom, but I have limited space. So that's my take on the Calatheas. Pothos, which I've made several videos on this. I will not transfer pothos out of dirt into leca ever again. I will purchase pothos, and I will put the cuttings into water, and I will take those water cuttings once they grow roots and put them in the leca, and they will do amazingly. So I've done lots of videos on pothos, philodendron Brazil, any of the little real pretty viney plants, pothos and joy, all those are in the same category. This kind of goes with the Calathea, the prayer plant, the Maranta, and I have a couple in this category that they did really well in leca. They were a little sensitive. I did have to kind of wean them in, but they died when I tried to move them up. And I want to talk about that for just a second. The Maranta was my prayer plant. It was doing phenomenal. I had amazing pictures on my Instagram. When I went to take it out of the leca and move it up a size, it didn't make it. And to be fair, I did not give it much attention or pay any attention. When it started going south, I just stuck it outside and it died right away. The other one that did that was the Triostar Stromonthi, which is a Calathea. So, don't know. That was one of the first ones I ever did. I probably, if I did it again, would be successful doing it. Another one that did it was the African mask plant, Alocasia sanderiana. That one does, the Alocasias do well in leca. I would say this is a more advanced plant to do because they can get overwatered really, really easily and overwhelmed with nutrients really easily. So once they're transferred, they love it and they grow and grow and grow. But when it is a little tricky getting them to transfer to leca. I'll just say that. The Alocasia sanderina, the Triostar Stromonthi, those two do go dormant in the fall and the leaves can fade and die. So a lot of people think, oh, it's dying, and it's not. It's just going dormant. And I think that's what happened to my Triostar Stromonthi. So those are my top 10 you will kill these list in leca. Just a second about when you are going to take a plant, its roots have gotten huge in leca, and you want to size up a pot. Just the first couple of weeks of this, you're going to be very sensitive and not too aggressive with watering again. You're going to go back to your first rules, the first month. You want to give it extra humidity, extra heat. Don't fill up the reservoir right away. I know it's been living in water and it loves the reservoir, but once you move it, those roots just want a little bit of oxygen first. And so if you move plants up a size, that can be tricky if you just put it in a bigger pot and dump water on it. I have killed, probably the most plants I've killed in leca are more in that category. They actually loved leca, but when I moved them, I was just too careless with watering and overconfident and just watered them right away with lots of nutrients. Back off again, take the nutrients out of the water and just be very gentle until it shows you, okay, I'm happy in my new pot. So anyway, those are my tips. I hope you have all of these plants living in leca and they're loving it. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.